The top 7 ways a woman can attract a successful man. Are you looking for your soulmate, the man of your dreams who happens to have a hefty bank account as well? Then you have come to the right place. 7 ways for women to attract top quality men, those being the high earner and possibly a buff bod too. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, in an interview gave out the top 7 ways a woman can attract a successful man. So I thought I'd share them with you and add in some of my own insight. Tip number 1. Location, location, location. You should present yourself in places where guys will be drawn to you. Consider locations you might not even like, but meeting someone different to you is part of the journey. You don't necessarily want the person to be the same as you, and that especially applies if you have no money and are trying to meet a man with money. There are a lot of activities that wealthy men take part in, and they happen at places where you could meet these men. They include activities like cycling. Yes, wealthy men like cycling. They want to be healthy and fit. One of the most obvious ones is sailing. Find a way to be around private clubs. Some have restaurants or bars that you can go to, so meet and mingle. Flying, private plane areas. Many of these private or semi-publicly accessible airstrips have bars and restaurants where these wealthy men like to hang out. Another way is to work for people who have wealth, and you will end up bumping into other wealthy people. Don't date your boss for obvious reasons, but there will be company interactions with clients and associates that will have a pool of wealthy men. Join groups that might be different to you. Most men won't like the things you're interested in, so keep that in mind so you don't limit your interactions to people just like you. Tip number 2. Don't be easy to get. These successful, wealthy men have many women fawning over them, so if you do the same, you end up looking slutty. But don't be too hard to get though. You don't want him to give up and think you are too much trouble. There is no hard and fast rule, but at least 6 to 7 dates before sleeping together is a pretty good guideline. An important question to ask yourself, according to John Gray, is, do I want to have sex because I'm getting so much, as opposed to having sex to get something? If he asks after a few dates, why won't you sleep with him, you can say, every cell in my body makes me want to have sex with you, but my experience is that if I go too fast, it doesn't work out. So I want to take my time to get to know you. Remember to follow what's in your heart and not your hormones. You need to be grounded and centered to earn his respect. Before we move on, don't forget to like and subscribe to get more info in the future. Also, tap that bell too to get notifications. Tip number 3. Be clear what your values are. You need to recognize the trade-offs. If he is a wealthy businessman, you're not going to get much time with him because he probably spent all of his time making money, so he won't have a lot of time for you. Is that what you want? As a businessman, he will spend a lot of time working and not offering much emotional time. Also, he might be needy if he inherited the money. A relationship with this kind of guy can be disastrous because he might have spent his whole life with people doing what he wants and mothering him. Remember, he must earn your love or he won't respect you, and it won't last. So don't bow to him. Know what your values are. Don't tell him your values, just know what they are. This is not a job interview, you just need to know what your top guy is. Tip number 4. Let go of desperation and don't be needy. Neediness pushes men away. The way to get rid of neediness is to create a series of positive dating experiences. How you do this is by going out on lots of dates. Go out, but don't have sex. Say yes to offers, even to men you might consider not the best catch. Just have fun experiencing dating, even with men you're not attracted to. If your only dating experiences include chasing men you consider to be a 10, you could end up with a string of sad stories and relationships that ended badly. Top men don't want to see your baggage, and if all your stories have sad endings, you will just push him away. But if you have stories of great fun and enjoyment where you simply found he wasn't the right fit for you, so you ended it to find the right man, he'll see that you are not a bringer of baggage and emotional damage. Tip number 5. Create a life that is full and rich. Find happiness inside. Not that kind of inside, more a kind of fulfillment in life. Don't search for a man to provide you with happiness. If a woman is happy, she gives off pheromones that attract men. Happiness makes her radiant, beautiful, and attractive. The message that he picks up is that he can make you happy. Be a positive person. Dance, laugh, and have a great time. Have a bit of euphoria about you. Smile. Don't be the pouting woman. Men with low self-esteem are attracted to pouting, unhappy women. You will attract the psycho-damaged men. The reason why so much marketing is done with pouting women is to attract those men with low self-esteem to buy some products they think will help with their low self-esteem. Create a life that is great without the men. Me time. Also use these words of me time to show you have a life without dating. You can use these words to assure him that you're not needy, but a happy, well-rounded individual. Before we continue, make sure to check out his secret obsession, How to Get Inside the Mind of Any Man. The link is in the description below. Tip number 6. When on a date, use words to win him over. When he's talking, if it's true what he's saying, you can say, "Wow, that makes sense." Women don't always say this, so say it. Other great responses include, "That's a good idea," or "You're right." These sort of responses make men feel powerful. Also, if you want him to do something for you, make him think that he decided to do it all on his own and not that you told him to do it. If a man feels in control and powerful, you have a much better chance of keeping him interested. Tip number 7. Never give more than he gives to you. Because what will happen is you will appreciate him less. You often hear women complaining, "I give and I don't get anything back." To keep your attraction to him, don't overgive to him. This is all part of pursuing. If you pursue him, you chase him and you push him away. Man gives, woman receives. This is how men and women bond. Find places you need help and get him to give that help. Don't lie and become weak. Just find ways you actually need help. Men bond by solving problems. You maybe don't need that all the time, but every so often let him help and appreciate him for helping. Remember, needing is not needy. You need just the right amount to make him happy and you happy. Listening can also solve a problem. Men will do that if they feel they are fixing something. I have a bonus piece of dating advice, but before we get to that, if you want to know why men pull away, the real reasons men lose interest, check out the link in the description below. Bonus dating advice. Don't say "I don't agree with your advice" if he is giving you advice. If you don't intend on taking advice, don't say that you won't use his advice, just don't use it. Don't ask him more questions on the first date than he asks you. Men get to know women by her speaking. Respond to a question he just answered by saying, "Huh, that makes sense." Don't bombard him with questions. Worry if he speaks more than you. Remember that the woman regulates the conversation. Don't worry about talking more than him, just acknowledge him during the conversation. Women stimulate conversation. Don't dominate the conversation, give him a chance to contribute and don't spend the time arguing or disagreeing with him. Finally, don't consciously manipulate, just understand men want to earn your love. I hope this information helps you get closer to the man of your dreams. I will offer more juicy tidbits in future, and please feel free to comment down below, or more importantly, ask any questions you want or suggest other dating topics you want to hear about. Check out the links below and I'll chat with you soon. Bye, beautiful.